Shri Radha Vinod Bihari Ju Ki Jai. Shri Govinda Gopinath Maran Mohan Ju Ki Jai. Nitya Lila Pravishta Om Vishnupad Ashutara Shata Shishimad Bhakti Vedanta Narayan Goswami Maharaj Shri Gurudev Ki Jai. Nitya Lila Pravishta Om Vishnupad Ashutara Shata Shishimad Bhakti Vedanta Vaman Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai. Nitya Lila Pravishta Om Vishnupad Ashutara Shata Shishimad Bhakti Vedanta Swami Maharaj Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Nitya Pravishtam Vishnupad Ashutara Shutashmar Bhakti Siddhanta Sai. Let me start over. Nitya Pravishtam Vishnupad Ashutara Shutashmar Bhakti Pragyan Keshav Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai. Nitya Pravishtam Vishnupad Ashutara Shutashmar Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Prabhupada Ki Jai. Nitya Lila Pravishta Mahabhagavat Shilagor Kisharas Babaji Maharaj Ki Jai. Nitya Lila Pravishta. Sorry guys, I'm really tired right now, and so my brain's just not, I keep on spacing out. Nitya Lila Pravishta Vishnupad Shilagor Kisharas Babaji Maharaj Ki Jai. Nitya Lila Pravishta Shila Satchidananda Bhakti Vinod Thakur Ki Jai. Nitya Lila Pravishta Vaishnav Sarvabhauma Shila Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj Ki Jai. Shri Rupano Gauriya Guru Varga Ki Jai. Shri Rupa Sanatan Bhatta Raghunath. Shri Jeev Gopala Padasha Raghunath Sharda Goswami Prabhu Ki Jai. Shri Sarup Damodar Rai Ramanandari Shri Gaur Parshad Vrinda Ki Jai. Nama Chay Shri Haridas Thakur Ki Jai. Prem Se Kaho Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda. Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasari Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai. Shri Kshetra Mandala Gaura Mandala Vraja Mandala Mathura Vrindavan Dham Ki Jai. Sarva Abhishta Parata Giriraj Maharaj Ki Jai. Shri Radha Kund Shama Kund Ki Jai. Shri Muna Devi Ganga Devi Ki Jai. Shri Tulsi Maharani Vrinda Devi Ki Jai. Shri Bhakti Devi Ki Jai. Shri Purnamasi Yogamaya Ki Jai. Shri Gopeshwar Mahadev Ki Jai. Grantaraj Shrimad Bhagavatam Ki Jai. Shri Rāsa-pañcādhyāyī Ki Jai. Shri Sarva Vraja Devi Gan Ki Jai. Shri Raseshwari Shri Vrishabhanunandini Shrimati Radha Thakurani Ki Jai. Shri Harinam Sankirtan Ki Jai. Ananta Koti Vaishnav Vrinda Ki Jai. Samagata Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai. Shri Nitai Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Bo. Dandavat Pranam to everybody. Well, let's do Mangalacharna and then I'll talk. Om Jnanatirmirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Radhikaya Priyatmane Shri Srimad Bhakti Vedanta Narayanitti Namine. Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Shrimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namine. Vanchakalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Patitanang Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gauratvishe Namaha. Gurave Gaurachandraya Radhikaya Tadalaye Krishnaya Krishna Bhaktaya Bhaktaya Namo Namaha. Yang Pravrajantam Apetakritam Dvaipayano Virahakatara Ajuhava Putreti Tanmayataya Taravo Bhinedus Tang Sarvabhuta Hridaya Munimanatosmi. Narayanam Namaskritya Narang Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudiraye. Sorry guys. Shrinvatang svakata Krishna punya shavana kirtana Ridantasto yabhadrani vidhunoti suritsatam Nashta prayeshvabhadreshu nityang bhagavata sevaya Bhagavatyuttama shloke bhaktir bhavati naishtaki Tavaivasmi na jivami tvaya vina Iti vigyaya radhe tvam nayamam charanantikam Bhaktya vihina aparada lakshai Kshiptashtakamadittaranga madhe Kripa maitvam sharanam prapanna Vrinde namaste charanarvindam Bhaja Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Haribol, everybody. So I am actually not live right now. This is a pre-recorded video you're watching. And it was already a late night and I was about to go to bed and then I realized, oh my God, I didn't pre-record this video yet. So here I am now. Not even going to tell you what time it is. It's near midnight. But so what was I going to say? Yeah, right now I'm actually doing a Rupa Shiksha program on Zoom. And I didn't want to break our flow, especially on the last day of this first chapter. We're just now finishing the first chapter, which we've been reading for quite a long time now. Don't know how many days, but we've made it this far into the book already. The first chapter is that long. Anyhow, so I wanted to start, since we're ending the chapter today, I thought it might be nice to start from the beginning of the chapter, and I'll just be reading all the translations until we get to the verses that we're ending with, and then I'll read the purports for those last verses. Today, I think will be like a 45-minute reading, I'm guessing, or maybe half an hour, we'll see. So, Dandavat Pranam to everybody who's watching right now. There's too many people to list, and I don't want to accidentally miss anybody's name out. But Dandavat Pranams to all of you. Thank you so much for joining. All right, let's begin. Where am I? What am I doing? Sorry. Yeah, I'm super tired right now, so I didn't take a nap today. And yeah, so forgive me anyways if I am a little spacey. Still have like 8 rounds left also to chant. Okay, so we're reading Srimad Bhagavatam, full chapter 1029. Shri Krishna and the Gopis meet for the Ras dance. Shri Shukadev Goswami said, oh, and I have to speak a little bit quietly because the people around me are sleeping right now. So I can't speak with a loud, yeah, I have to, that's why I'm speaking a little bit, I don't know, a little strange. Shri Shukadev Goswami said, when Bhagavan Shri Krishna saw the unparalleled splendor of the autumn night, beautified by blossoming jasmine flowers, he was inspired to perform the love play of Ras Leela to fulfill the desire of his beloved Gopis. Thus, although he is complete in 6 opulences, he took shelter of his internal potency, Yoga Maya. When Sri Krishna stole the gopis' clothes, he informed them about those future nights, which all came together as this exquisite divine night. When a husband returns home after a long absence from a foreign land, he applies kumkum on his beloved wife's face with his comforting hands. In the same way, when the moon, when the moon, the consort of the stars, rose in the sky, he colored the face of his beloved, the eastern horizon, with his soothing red radiance that bestows happiness. At the same time, the moon also removed the agony of the living entities who were scorched by the rays of the autumn sun. The full round moon, reddish as if tinted with fresh kumkum, and lovely like the round face of Lakshmi Devi, brought the Kumud night lilies to blossom, and with its soft rays enhanced the unparalleled beauty of Vrindavan. Seeing all these effects of the full moon, complete with its 16 phases and all its potencies, Sri Krishna played a sweet, mysterious note on his flute, the calm beej, kling, to charm the pretty-eyed gopis. The minds of the Vraja maidens were naturally rapt in Sri Krishna, and after hearing the flute song, which arouses erotic desire, they were completely stupefied by prem and were pulled to their beloved. Unseen by each other, all the gopis ran to him, their earrings swinging because they were moving so swiftly. As soon as they heard Sri Krishna's flute song, those gopis who were milking the cows abandoned what they were doing and started off. Some gopis were heating milk on the stove and simply left it there, resulting in it boiling over. Others were cooking cracked wheat and left it on the fire. All of them rushed towards the sound. Some gopis were serving the evening meal to their families. Some were giving milk to little children. Some were serving their husbands, and some were taking their supper. They all dropped what they were doing and ran to their beloved Sri Krishna. Some gopis were anointing themselves with kumkum and chandan. Some were cleansing their bodies with herbal paste, and some were applying mascara. Regardless of their condition, they all dashed off. Some of the gopis were so overwhelmed with all-consuming passion that their dresses and ornaments were all in disarray as they rushed towards their beloved Sri Krishna. Oops. The husbands, fathers, brothers, and other relatives tried to check the Vrajsundaris, whose hearts had been stolen by Sri Govinda. But because the cowherd maidens were spellbound and had lost their external discrimination, they could not be deterred. Some gopis were stopped by their husbands and other family members and could not get out of their houses. Completely submerged in love for their beloved Sri Krishna, those gopis closed their eyes and meditated on him deeply. Wait, did I skip a verse? Oh, it's down here. Sorry. Those gopis who were not able to meet their beloved were subjected to extreme suffering in the intolerable fire of separation, and thus all the remaining inauspiciousness was burned off. Then, attaining the the Achyuta embrace of Sri Achyuta in their meditation, they felt a supreme bliss that wiped away all their material piety. Thus, becoming free from all kinds of auspicious and inauspicious bondage, they met with Paramatma Sri Krishna as their paramour and instantly gave up their remaining subtle material attachments. Somebody left the door open to the office, and now there's tons of mosquitoes in here. That's why I'm fidgeting around sometimes. Sorry. Okay, where are we? Oh, there. Sri Parikshit Maharaj asked, "O great sage, the Vrajramanis knew Sri Krishna only as their beloved. They never saw him as the Supreme Spirit, as their hearts were ever attached to Sri Krishna's qualities. How were they able to become detached from the influence of the three modes of material nature? Since their hearts were ever attached to Sri Krishna's qualities, how were they ever able to become detached from the influence of the three modes of material nature?" Sri Shukadev Goswami said, "O Parikshit, I have already explained this topic to you in the 7th canto. Shishupal attains liberation, Parampada, the topmost goal, even though he was envious of Hrishikesh Sri Krishna. So what to speak of the Gopīs, who knew Bhagavan Adhokshaj as their beloved?" Explains in the commentary that Shukadeva Goswami chastised him, even though Maharaj was just asking actually for the benefit of the people in the audience who might be doubting. Okay. O king, though Bhagavan Sri Krishna is unlimited, immeasurable, and untouched by the modes of nature, because he is their controller, he personally appears out of his own sweet will for the supreme welfare of the living entities. Therefore, one who constantly thinks of Sri Hari in a mood of lust, anger, fear, affection, oneness, or friendship will become completely absorbed in him due to this absorption will eventually attain him. O king, Bhagavan Sri Krishna, the Lord of all the masters of mystic powers, is not subject to birth and death. By having a relationship with him, all the moving and non-moving living entities of the world can attain liberation from the three modes of nature. Thus, it is not proper for you to be even slightly astonished by that Supreme Lord. Now listen to what happened on the other hand. Seeing those Vrajsundaris in front of him, Bhagavan Sri Krishna, the crown jewel of expert speakers, bewildered them with his witty, charming words. Sri Krishna said, "Greetings, O supremely fortunate Gopīs. Was your journey here trouble-free? What can I do for you? Is everyone all right in Vraj? Now please tell me the reason for your coming here." Once again, just checking that am I using the right mic? So Krishna's asking, what is your reason for coming here? Yes. All right, looks like everything's good. "O slender-waisted ladies, this is a frightful night, and there are terrifying animals roaming about in this forest. So all of you should immediately return to Vraj. It is not advisable for tender maidens to linger in the deep, dark forest, especially at night. Not seeing you at home, your mothers, fathers, husbands, sons, and brothers must surely be searching for you. Therefore, please do not cause distress for your friends and relatives, and for me as well. Hey Vrajramanis, O beautiful damsels of Vraj, You have already admired the beauty of the forest decorated with flowers and illuminated with the rays of the full moon. And you have also seen how the leaves on the trees are swaying in the gently blowing breeze, which has been cooled by touching the Yamuna's waters. O chaste ladies, do not delay here another second. Quickly return to Vraj and serve your husbands there. The calves, the calves and babies are crying in your homes. Go feed all of them milk and milk the cows. But perhaps you have come over here because you are controlled by inordinate love for me. This would certainly be befitting, since all living entities naturally have affection for me. O noble ladies, a woman's topmost duty is to earnestly serve her husband, his parents and relatives, and to nourish the children and servants. Women who desire a good destination in this life and the next should never reject a husband unless he is extremely sinful and fallen, even if he is wicked, unlucky, old, stupid, sickly, or impoverished. It is contemptible for respectable ladies from good families to commit adultery. Such sordid behavior prevents them from reaching heaven, ruins their reputation, and brings misery. It is ghastly and condemnable in every respect. Ecstatic love for me arises in devotees' hearts when they hear about me. Take darshan of my deity, meditate on my beauty, and continuously chant my names, which are endowed with my attributes. Being in my physical presence does not yield the same result, so you should return back to your homes. Sri Shukadev Goswami said, hearing Govinda speak such unpleasant words, the gopis became extremely dejected and drowned in the abysmal ocean of despair. Overwhelmed by excessive grief, the gopis held their heads down and breathed heavily, exhaling hot air that dried up their reddish bimba fruit lips. As they scratched the ground with their toenails, their tears mixed with the kajal and washed away the kumkum from their breasts. Their hearts were so burdened with sorrow that they simply stood there without saying a word. The gopis, being filled with the topmost prema for Sri Krishna, had given up all other desires for his sake. Thus they remained unwavering in their love for him, even upon hearing his cruel words. His harsh utterances aroused such splitting pain in them oops, that their eyes filled with tears, causing them to lose their power of sight completely. Wiping away their tears, they replied to him, their voices faltering due to love-laden anger. The gopi said, O omnipotent one, O dearest beloved, you are all-pervading, so you know our hearts. It is not proper for you to speak such cruel words to us. We, your loving maidservants, have given up all our material attachments so that we can devote ourselves to serving your lotus feet. There is no doubt that we have no control over you because you are independent and obstinate. Still, you should reciprocate with us just as the primeval Lord Bhagavan Sri Narayan mercifully fulfills the desires of those who seek liberation from this world. Do not discard us. O beloved, you are fully conversant with the esoteric aspects of religion. You have instructed us on the ethical principle that a lady's prescribed duty is to serve her husband, children, and relatives appropriately. According to this, we should serve you, our preceptor, because you, being directly the Supreme Lord, are the ultimate goal of all instructions. You are the dearmost friends and the very soul of all living beings. So service to you automatically includes the service of husbands and children. Oh, Kṛṣṇa. Okay. O beloved, exalted personalities who are expert in Shastra love only you, because being eternally dear to all living entities, you are their most intimate friend, and indeed their very soul. What is achieved by loving husband, children, and other relatives, who are all subject to death and is simply the cause of suffering? O Almighty One, you should be pleased with us. O Lotus-eyed One, kindly do not cut down the creeper of our long-cherished aspiration to have your association. Hey Manamohan, O enchanter of the heart, till now our hearts were happily absorbed in household matters, and our hands were also busy with domestic chores. But you have very easily plundered our hearts. As we have been robbed of the power to think, and our movements consequently curtailed, our feet refuse to take even one step away from your lotus feet. Pray tell us, how can we return to Braj? Indeed, what would we do there? Hey Pranavalav, O love more dear to us than life, your sweet enchanting smiles, your loving glances, and the melodious sounds of your flute have ignited the fire of love in our hearts. Only the nectar flowing from your lips can extinguish it. So please administer this remedy. Otherwise, O friend, in truth, we will be consumed by the fierce fire of separation from you. And in this way, we will reach your lotus feet and meditation. Hey Kamalanayan, O lotus-eyed one, Sri Lakshmi herself only occasionally gets the chance to serve your lotus feet. But we also got the fortune to touch them because you are very dear to the forest dwellers. O beloved, you made us so happy by accepting our service that from that time on, what to speak of serving husbands and children, we are unable to be with anyone else for a moment. Believe it or not, I read that asleep. Well, like the first half of it. Let me just reread that to myself. Okay. Oh, Kṛṣṇa. Okay. Sorry. O Kṛṣṇa, Brahma and the other reputed demigods go to great lengths to achieve the merciful glance of Lakshmi Devi, who enjoys an eternal place on your chest without any rival. Yet she hankers so much for a portion of the dust of your lotus feet. She is so desperate that she is willing to share it along with her co-wife, Tulsi. The same dust is easily attainable to your devotee servants. And like them, we have also come to take shelter of this dust. O you who annihilate the miseries of the surrendered souls, desiring to serve you, we have abandoned our homes, families, and villages, and have come to the shelter of your lotus feet. You should be pleased with us, O crown jewel of men. Your sweet smile and crooked glance have ignited our hearts with the blazing fire of desire to meet you, which has now spread to each and every pore of our bodies. Please accept us as your maidservants and give us the precious fortune to serve you. Okay, where are we? Oh, beloved, your beautiful face surrounded by your curly hair, your lovely radiant cheeks decorated with exquisite earrings, the nectar of your sweet lips defying heavenly ambrosia, your crooked glance and soft smile exuding delight, your two arms which remove the fear of those surrendered to you, and your broad chest, which is the eternal prayer ground of Lakshmi Devi. Whoa. What did I just read? Sorry. I need to get less comfortable. Okay. Did I just read this? I'm going to reread it in case I didn't. Sorry, guys. I totally fell asleep just now. Oh, beloved, your beautiful lotus face surrounded by your curly hair, your lovely radiant cheeks decorated by exquisite earrings. Oh, yeah, I remember reading this. The nectar of your sweet lips defying heavenly ambrosia, your crooked glance and soft smile exuding delight, your two arms which remove the fear of those surrendered to you, and your broad chest which is the eternal playground of Lakshmi Devi. Seeing all these, we have become your maidservants. Sorry about that, guys. Okay. Hey, Kṛṣṇa, is there any beautiful maiden in all the three worlds who would not digress from moral conduct, having been enchanted by your mellifluous flute song, which is ornamented with ascending and descending trills? And after gazing upon your beautiful threefold bending form, which is the source of auspiciousness for the three worlds? Your beauty that attracts the three worlds and the sounds of your flute are so irresistible that, what to speak of women, even the cows, birds, trees, and deer also tingle with excitement, being immersed in supreme bliss. O beloved, certainly you have taken birth in Mandal to relieve the distress and fear of the residents of Vraj, just as Bhagavan Narayan comes to protect the realm of the demigods. O friend of the wretched, O merciful one, we are indeed in a very pitiful condition. We are indeed in a very pitiful condition. Our breasts are inflamed with a burning desire to meet you. So you should keep your tender lotus hands on the breasts and heads of your maidservants to relieve our anguish and give us new life. Shri Shukadev Goswami said, O Parikshit, when Bhagavan Shri Kṛṣṇa, who is the imperial master of all masters of mystic yoga, heard the Gopīs lament, which was filled with emotional turmoil, his heart melted out of ecstasy. He is Atmaram, self-satisfied, and enjoying in his own Sarup sorry, and enjoying in his own surup, so he does not need any external object for his enjoyment. Sorry, let me reread that. He is Atmaram, self-satisfied and enjoying in his own surup, so he does not need any external object for his enjoyment. Nevertheless, he smiled and inaugurated the Ras Leela with the Gopīs. Sorry, where was I? I just had a little mini dream. Okay. The benevolent Bhagavan Sri Krishna adapted his mood and activities to please the Gopīs. Yet he remained infallible, fixed in his eternal blissful nature, which is full of knowledge. And he laughed openly, showing the brilliance of his kunda flower-like teeth. The Gopis' lotus faces blossomed with joy upon seeing his loving glances. Standing in the midst, he appeared like the radiant full moon surrounded by the stars. Oh, Krishna. Sorry guys, I don't know what just happened. I need to set up. Sorry, this is probably really annoying, isn't it? Anyways, sorry guys. The Vraj Gopis started singing sweetly about the attributes, beauty, and pastimes of their beloved Sri Krishna, who reciprocated by loudly singing songs glorifying their love and beauty. That supreme hero, bedecked with the Vaijanti Mala, led hundreds and hundreds of groups of gopis and started roaming about Vrindavan, thus enhancing its grandeur. Okay, this is where we read up to today. How long have I been reading for? Let me just check. Oh my God, I've been reading for 37 minutes? Yikes. Okay, that's a bit of a shock. Okay. Nadapolim Avish. Actually, let's read from this book so that I can make track changes if need be. I mean, whatever, you know what I mean. Nadapolinam Avishya Gopi Birhimavalukam Jushtam Tat Taralanandi Kumuda Mudavayuna. Bhagavan Sri Krishna arrived with the gopis at the sacred bank of the Yamuna, where the sand was shining like camphor and was cool from the waves of the river. The whole area was bathed in the light of the full moon and is decorated the whole area has been bathed in the light of the full moon and was fragrant with the scent of night blooming lotuses. There, on that blissful river bank, Bhagavan initiated his amorous play with the cowherd maidens, who were all his internal potency. Srila Jiva Goswami Pad's Vaishnav Toshani. In this verse, Nadya, and the next, Sri Shukadev Goswami described how Sri Krishna brought the gopis to the bank of the Yamuna and with great artistry engaged them in amatory enjoyment. What's amatory mean? Relating to or induced by sexual or desire. Okay. Valukam, the sand on the bank was as white as camphor. In the previous verse, the word Vana has been used as indicating Vrindavan. Nadya refers to the river in this Vrindavan. Sri Krishna came to this bank of the Yamuna, who was spreading bliss with her gently flowing waves. The soft breeze, fragrant with the night lotuses, permeated the whole atmosphere. Lotuses ordinarily bloom. Oh, whoops! Am I reading the commentary? Oh wait, I'm reading the commentary. Sorry. Lotuses ordinarily bloom only in the day. Yet, just like jasmine, the malika flowers, they were in full bloom at night. In this season, by the influence of the rest-filled pastime potency. Leela Shakti. Anandini. With the effect of this rasa-filled potency, Leela became filled with pleasure. Jushtam, served, indicates that the cool and gently flowing breeze laden with the fragrance of flowers serving the bank of the Yamuna. In some versions, kumud and are not seen, and in the place of jushtam, reme is used. In such a case, the meaning would be, Sri Krishna arrived at the bank of the Yamuna, which served by the breeze fragrant with lotuses. Here he engaged in various types of amorous play with the Vrajaranis. Because of the difference in choice of words in some versions, I've explained each of the words in this verse separately. Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Darshini. The bank of the Yamuna is naturally congenial for Ras Leela. The gentle breeze blowing off the river was cooled by the waves of the water and was laden with the fragrance of the fresh, blossoming lotuses, thus making this place quite delightful. Therefore, Sri Krishna began to sport here. In some places, Reme, meaning took pleasure, is found in place of Jushta, he served. If Jushta is used, the meaning of Ramayang Chakra in the next verse will be pleasure. If Jushta is used, the meaning of Ramayang Chakra in the next verse, he took pleasure. Sri Krishna came to the Yamuna with the Gopīs, where a cool, gentle breeze was blowing, and he took pleasure in amorous amusements with them. Some versions have alternate meanings for Kumuda Moda and Taralananda. Baho prasara pariramba kola lokoru Nivistanala bhananarmanaka grapatai Kshvelya valoka hasitar Vrajasundarinam Uttam bhayam ratipatim ramayan chakara. Bhagavan Sri Krishna threw his arms around the Vrajasundaris and embraced them, pressed their palms, touched their braids, thighs, waists, and breasts, joked with them, playfully scratched them with his fingernails, delightfully glanced at them, and laughed with them. In this way, he assured the transcendental lust. In this way, he aroused their transcendental lust, the supremely glorious erotic frame, and gave them pleasure by sporting with them. Sri Rasad's Bhavarta Dipika. Sri Krishna threw his arms around the Sundaris and embraced them, pressed their palms, touched their braids, thighs, waists, and breasts, joked with them, and playfully scratched them with his fingernails. He looked at some of the gopis and laughed. In this way, he aroused their lust and engaged them in amorous play. Engaged them in amorous play with him. Oh God, I'm really sorry, guys. Maybe this, I'm so close to the end though. Okay. Srila Jiva Goswami Pad's Vaishnava Toshani. When Sri Krishna extended his arms around the Vrajsundaris, he removed their natural bashfulness, which was covering their rati, symptomized by their overwhelming obsession for, and stimulated it to the last stage of Mahabhav, the topmost level of prem. I wonder if I should just finish this tomorrow, because I'm really starting to fall asleep now. I'll finish this purport and then I'll go to sleep. Where did I read up to just now? Oh God, should I start from the beginning? You know what? I am going to just stop right here. Really sad, because I think this is probably really annoying for watching me fall asleep after each verse. How much is left? Oh my God, so close to the end. But yeah, I had to stop because I don't want to put you guys through this also. What verse did you read up to? This one, right? Yeah. All right, so you read up to verse 46. And we only have a couple more verses. What time is it? It's been 45 minutes. You know what? I'm going to just do it. Sorry, guys. I can do it. When Sri Krishna extended his arms around, so this is Jiva Goswami Padmoshini. When Sri Krishna extended his arms around the Vrajasundaris, he removes all their natural bashfulness, which was covering up their rati, symptomized by their overwhelming obsession for their lover, and stimulated it at the stage of Mahabhav, the topmost level of prem. Thus he aroused Cupid, Ratipati, in them. In this way, Sri Krishna revealed his deep attachment for them and demonstrated his supreme skillfulness in amorous dealings. Extending the arms means moving them to take hold of the gopis in tight embrace. Shveli implies that with flattering conversations and winning activities, such as picking up their veils. Rajasundarinam means the beauty of the Vrajasundaris was just perfect for Krishna's amorous play. A beautiful form is the abode of good qualities. This logic indicates the talent of the gopis. Krishna was enjoying with so many gopis at once, but none of them was aware of this. This is accomplished by Krishna's special potency to cast a spell over them. Each Vrajasundari was seeing Krishna she was seeing Krishna with her only. None of them noticed any other gopis, nor were they inclined to do so. Uh-oh, I think I'm keeping people up. Kishore. I don't know, maybe I'm not. Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur's Sarartha Darshini. Sri Krishna extended his arms and embraced the gopis to his chest in such a way that in their embrace they looked like a swastika. Interesting. He was holding one by the hand, touching the hair of another, fondling the waist of someone else, joking with another, scratching one with his nails, flattering another, and flashing a smiling glance at yet another. With these ingratiating activities, he was stimulating the erotic, the Ratipati Prem in the Vraj Sundaris, and dallying with each gopi with his many direct expansions, his Prakash Vigrahas, all having the same features. One might wonder how it was possible for Sri Krishna to perform amorous play with millions of gopis in that restricted area of the bank of the Yamuna, where there were neither love couches nor private quarters. This is a fact, but just like the personal form of Bhagavan, But just like the personal form of Bhagavan, the land of Vrindavan is also immensely powerful. Dang it. The land of Vrindavan is also immensely powerful. Every grain of earth from Vrindavan, the size of a sesame seed, can expand unlimitedly, and after the Leela is finished, it contracts. For the amorous play of Bhagavan, hundreds of secluded groves complete with flower beds, perfumes, flower gardens, betel nuts, and other items of enjoyment are arranged by Yogamaya, who is the Durgata Ghatana Patiyasi Shakti, the power to make the most impossible possible. At the end of the Leela, all of this was withdrawn. In this way, everything was perfectly accomplished. Okay, 2 more pages left. A little bit more than 2 pages. Evam Bhagavata Krishna Labdamana Mahatmana Atmanam Menire Strinam Maninyo Yadikam Bhuvi. Being so highly honored by Sri Krishna, the Supreme Lord and Supreme Lover, the Gopis became proud, and each one considered herself the finest woman in the world. Srila Sri Goswamipad's Bhavarta Dipika. Mahatma, detached mind. Srila Jiva Goswamipad's Vaishnav Toshini. Bharat Muni writes that when a colored cloth is dipped repeatedly in a pot of dye, its color becomes brighter. Similarly, union cannot be nourished without separation. To narrate very exceptional pastimes, Sri Shukadev Goswami, whose heart a distinctive prema was arising, used this logic and spoke this present verse evam to introduce a special mood of separation. Mahatmana indicates beyond divinity the most excellent of heroes. The reason for this is Bhagavata Kṛṣṇat. He is Bhagavan. Again, he is Bhagavan Sri Krishna himself. The Vraj Sundaris received so much honor from him who had come under the control of their love. Due to this, they became manini, indignant towards their lover. Each gopi considered herself to be the most fortunate woman in the world, and also among the beautiful maidens present on the bank of the Yamuna. Thus, after intimately associating with Sri Krishna, they displayed loving anger towards him and developed pride in their hearts towards the other gopis. The man of these Vrajasundaris is an exceptional wave in the ocean of prem, because it is expressing their pranay, which is a condensed form of prem. The beauty of man is displayed only after pranay. Thus, man is considered as that bhav which ceases in obstruction in the youthful couple looking at and embracing each other, even though there is no one else around, and they feel intense love for each other. Man is a level where love takes a strong turn. It is one kind of vipralamba, and is a stage in the exaltation of pranay. An astonishing taste is produced when this man, stemming from the sthāyi bhav, combines with vibhav and other ingredients of ras. Rasa Shastra states, the movement of prem is crooked like the movement of a snake. That is why man may arise in the hero and heroine with or without any reason. The gopis exhibited pride, garva, thinking, none of the women in the whole world have obtained a hero like him. All the lovely maidens present on the bank of the Yamuna have attained Krishna, but are not as fortunate as I am. Garva is exhibited. When one displays others due to possessing some good fortune, beauty, youth, virtues, topmost association, and fulfillment of desires. This is one of the transitory emotions, sanchari bhavs. It rises and then drowns in the ocean of sthāyi bhav, augmenting the permanent emotion and then vanishing. Whoa, let me reread that. This is one of the transitory emotions. It rises and then drowns the ocean of sthāyi bhav, augmenting the permanent emotion and then vanishing. Just as a wave of the ocean, and then disappears. Similarly, garva and other sanchari bhavs arise from the sthāyi bhav of the gopi and increasing the prem and then disappearing. Whoa, that's not nice. Sorry. Thus, it is understood that garva is a special element of prem, escalating to a very special state on a very high level of ras. Okay, we're on the last page now. Srila Chakravarti Thakur's Sarartha Darshini. According to Bharat Muni, the color of cloth becomes brighter when it is dipped again and again in a pot of dye. Similarly, sambhog, or union, is not understood without being dipped into vipralambaras, the favor of separation. the flavor of separation. According to this logic, Leela Shakti manifests Vipralamba as a pretense to bring Sambhog to its fullest form. Sri Shukadev Goswami spoke this verse Evam to explain this phenomenon. The Vraj Sundaris brought Mahatma, the excellent super divine hero Bhagavan, under the control of their love, and received profuse honor from him who is the Supreme Lord Sri Krishna himself. Thus each one started thinking in her heart, I am the most fortunate among all the women on the surface of the earth. And not only that, among all the fair maidens assembled here on the bank of the Yamuna. In this way, they became prananini toward Sri Krishna, proud because of their great prem, and were feeling superior to the other maidens. Tasam tatso bhagamadam vikshamanam chakeshava prashamaya prasadaya tatraivantara dhiyata. Shri Keshav observed that these Vrajaramanis were overly proud due to their good fortune, and were now also, in order to quell their pride and satisfy them by displaying their indignation, he suddenly disappeared from their assembly. Shri Samipad Bhavartadika. So Bhagya Mada refers to intoxication due to good fortune, meaning that they lost control of themselves. Man, indignation, and Garva, pride. Keshava means, Keshava. Ka means Brahma. Isha means Shiva. Keshav is he who controls Brahma and Shiva. No effort whatsoever was required for this. For Krishna to break their pride and indignation. End of the Bhatta Dipika on Srimad Bhagavatam, 10th chapter, 29. Nitai Gaur Prande Hari Haribol. Wow, we made it. All right. Thanks for bearing with me. My God, I wonder if anybody actually stuck around for that. Yeah, thank you so much for reading with me. I'll quickly end here. It's past midnight now. All right. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Nitai Gaur Haribol, 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 Nitai Gaur Haribol, Nitai Gaur Haribol, 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 Nitai Gaur Haribol. Jai Shri Guru Gauranga Gandharvika Giridhari Shri Sri Radha Vinod Bihari Ju Ki Jai. I'm going to do a shortened Japani. Jai Shri Gurudev Ki Jai. Jai Shri Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhu. Jai Shri Vaman Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai. Jai Shri Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada Ki Jai. Jai Shri Bhakti Vigyan Keshav Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai. Jai Shri Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Prabhupada Ki Jai. Jai Shri Jai Shri Gorkshara Babaji Maharaj Ki Jai. Jai Shri Bhakti Vinod Thakur Ki Jai. Jai Shri Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj Ki Jai. Shri Rupano Gauriya Guru Varga Ki Jai. Shri Baladev Jibushan. Shri Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur Ki Jai. Shri Nartam Srinivas Chamananda Prabhu Ki Jai. Shri Ras Kaviraj Goswami Prabhu Ki Jai. Shri Rup Sanatan Bhatta Raghunath Shri Jeev Gopal Patadas Raghunath Shar Goswami Prabhu Ki Jai. Shri Sarup Damodar Rai Ramanandari Shri Gaur Prasad Ravinder Ki Jai. Namacharya Shri Haridas Thakur Ki Jai. Prem Se Kaho Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasari Gaur Bhaktavinda Ki Jai. Shri Kshetra Mandala Gaura Mandala Vaja Mandala Mathura Vrindavan Dham Ki Jai. Sarva Abhishta Pradata Giriraj Maharaj ki Jai, Shri Radha Kund Shama Kuni Munakanga Tulsi Bhakti Devi ki Jai, Shri Harinam Sankirtan ki Jai, Shri Rāsa-pañcādhyāyī ki Jai, Shri Sarva Vraja Devi Gana ki Jai, Raseshwari Vrishabhanu Nandini Shrimati Radha Thakurani ki Jai, Srila Sridhar Swami Pad ki Jai, Srila Jiva Goswami Pad ki Jai, Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur ki Jai, Harinam Sankirtan ki Jai, Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki Jai, Samagata Gaura Bhakta Vrinda ki Jai, Shinitai Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Bo Vrindai Tulsi Devai Priyai Keshavashacha Krishna Bhakti Pradadevi Satyavata Namaha Pancha Kalpaturascha Kripa Sindhubhya Vacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Dandavat pranams. Look, we made it in good time. 1 minute exact, 1 hour exactly. All right, Dandavat pranams. Thank you so much for tolerating this, and I'll see you tomorrow for the next chapter. What's the next chapter? I think it's when Krishna begins the last dance. Yeah, and then after that will be Gopi Geet. All right, Jaya Sri Radhe. Haribol.